they're going to edit this out.
Yeah, you do. No shot clock for you.
Benny the Butcher, huh?
Do you want to come?
I don't know. It's not even that I want to come, it's just that...
Welcome to the Shut the Funk Up podcast. I am Benny the Butcher, and as always,
Benny the Butcher.
I am the well-fed boy, and as always, I'm delighted to be joined by...
J-Lit the Kid, what it do?
We are... I think what we were watching before, I think we're going to battle this whole entire podcast, because Jordan's already hot at me, because he looked on my calendar and saw... He saw a hip hop artist that he was surprised that I guess that I knew, and he didn't know, and he didn't get an invite. I'm feeling tension.
There is.
Yeah. Okay.
Now I want you to know this is kind of a little dessert to the end of always a great meal. But I like to come in here and I always take a sneak peek at the cow. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah,
You're a great calendar. A monologue, just an actual calendar.
I do the physical calendar,
yes.
which a lot of people do.
Analog, analog calendar.
I stay analog with my calendar. I take pride in it. It's always a national park themed one. I don't know if you ever noticed that.
Okay, didn't know that. Love that.
I always get the new national park one, and I put every single little thing on there that I may or may not or might even do on the calendar.
There was 3 different things on one day.
On your daughter's birthday, there were two bands and a comedian all playing on that same day.
The birthday wasn't actually even in the calendar square. There wasn't enough room.
I couldn't fit it. But know that all of those got trumped and Lucy's straight to the top.
Delete.
Yeah, those are all.
But yeah, so anyway, so I walk in and I'm looking at it's next month, I think it is, and I saw Benny the Butcher.
Yeah, Benny Butcher
on the menu.
Benny the Butcher is on the menu next month in April. He's coming to town. It's and you want to go?
It's a Tuesday night, so
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, a school night.
Should we do the podcast and go straight there?
Yo, now you're thinking. But I will say that the most likely piece of legislation that you've thrown out there that I might be willing to accept is a very early start and finish time. That's how you're gonna get me.
It's going. It'll end early. It is like the venue Revolution is known. They're good.
It's a school night. They know.
They get you out of there.
So that's your biggest bargaining chip right now. But obviously I'm going to bring it back, to the White House. I will discuss with Madam President.
Right. And
we'll determine if the first husband can, get out on a school night.
I would love to be a fly on that wall of you just over tacos tonight. And you're just like, so there's...
the butcher's coming.
Benny the Butcher. Your wife's going to be like, who?
Exactly.
Because it sounds like it could be a musical, a movie, a musician.
I like a butcher themed musical.
It could be like dinner.
Yeah. A pork tasting at a barbecue restaurant.
It could be anything. She's gonna be like, "What are you doing? What are you talking?" And then when you tell her, "Oh, it's like you're gonna tell her it's this rapper," she's gonna be like, "No, it's not."
This is how I'm just going to give it to you very quickly. Even after she gets past the name.
Here, what do you do? How about you be Ellie and then I'll be you?
Okay.
Ready? We'll act that. Ready?
These Brussels sprouts are nice.
Yeah, I love how you did it. Is that balsamic I taste?
It's just a little bit of the reduction. I didn't want to go too heavy on it, but I did want to give it just a little tang on the back.
I love it. I love what you did there.
Now, hey, babe, real quick. I was talking to Alex,
No, wait, you're Ellie. I'm you.
Oh, I'm...
Because okay. I don't know how your wife... You know how your wife's going to probably react.
Okay. So I thought I was trying to show you how it was going to go.
Yeah, you're about to. I'm gonna be like, hey, so.
Okay.
Yeah, got it? All right. Yo.
Yeah, the vegetables are good.
Yeah, the vegetables are good. So, speaking of vegetables,
Yeah.
I was talking to Alex and I was perusing on his wonderful calendar he has. He's that great calendar that we always talk about, his awesome calendar.
Yeah, it's a nice calendar. Why you bring it up?
There's this rapper coming down called Benny the Butcher.
Rapper? What are you, 26?
Benny the Butcher might be. But yeah, I was wondering if what's going on on Tuesday, April 12th.
Sorry, I think you're busy that day.
Oh, okay.
Taking care of your kid.
Oh, okay. Can you pass the taters?
Yeah, here you go.
Yeah.
And you're doing the dishes tonight.
Love you, babe.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, just see. Just see.
I don't know though. I feel like I've built up some political capital that if I wanted to push this through,
I don't know if you want to use it up on this though. You
Yeah.
It's like
Actually,
you have a bunch of Dave and Buster points filled on your power card.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
My power card is I have a very respectable balance.
Like you could get a PS5. I don't know if you want to waste it on like this. You know what would better
giant giraffe.
Benny the Butcher's like a medium-sized giraffe.
And I'm not going to do anything with that giraffe when I get home.
And the hoof of the giraffe looks like it might be stained.
Someone definitely dipped it in butter.
Someone spilled a cherry cola on it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're selling it for like half the tickets.
You're right. Now I'm going to tease later in this episode. I do have some political capital that I'm willing to see if maybe you would like to join in on. But we're going to save that for a little bit later in the episode, so I'm teasing.
I'm smelling a new segment. Mm-hmm. Political capitalism with Jordan.
Yes.
So how was the weekend, bud? We got episode 137. 137. Hopefully everyone's doing out there. We're on YouTube right now. We've got YouTube's been a lot of fun. I've been getting a lot of good hits on it. People are liking it.
Yeah, we'll take a hit with the hat.
Yup. Jordan's got the sweet new hat on. I've been like,
still popping tags.
I saw that and I didn't say one thing to you.
You didn't. To your credit.
There was a part of me that because I was about to and I was like, you know what? I kind of like what he's doing.
I'm a product of the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And we left the tags on.
We left all the tags on.
We wanted you to know that I bought that, and I'm choosing to wear it the first day, probably out of the store.
The Key and Peele skit was real. Did you ever see that skit? Oh, my God. Where it's
maybe.
Like, it's know. It's like Key and Peele. They're like two, early 2000s, and the one guy comes out, and he's got a new hat, and he's got like all the tags are on it. And then like the next day, Peele comes out, and he's got like the hat with tags on it, but it's also like in the plastic wrapper, and he's wearing it. And it gets to the point to where the last hat that the guy's wearing it's like in a trophy case.
It's just, early 2000s, baby.
Yeah, that's what That's
our shit.
That was our beloved child of that. And
look, if I want to leave the tag on my Von Dutch hat with rhinestones, I'll do so.
Yeah, wearing an Ed Hardy shirt.
Yeah, Affliction.
Yeah,
yes. Yeah.
I will do so.
Maybe I'll have too many lagers tonight. I don't know.
Yeah. How was your weekend, bud? Did you do anything good?
Did some landscaping. We were talking about that. Put some plants in. No, I just did stuff with the fam.
I hit the beach.
Did you?
I hit the beach. Check me in. First one of the year.
Oof. Spring break? Were you spring breaking?
No,
you were spring breaking.
No, I was not. I was not spring breaking. I was kind of a little bummed out that I wasn't spring breaking.
We have this time of year. It's a yearly ritual now. That the beginning of March we have a big screen in the office, and because we don't have like any windows with natural lighting, we always would put up like the live cam of the beach at Fort Lauderdale Beach, and it's just D'd up with people right now.
That's awesome.
It's total spring breaking, so we're just spring breaking from the office a little bit.
I love that.
Yeah, so I'm kind of at the beach.
How
was it though?
It was good. It was a little rough, it was windy, but there were zero spring breakers. I didn't go down to the chaos,
the hullabaloo.
Yeah, I didn't go down there, but it was check me in. I'm in. I did a lot of check-ins. I did Waffle House.
Dude, That was that Sunday morning. Sunday morning, this man's walking into church, sending me just what the front looks like.
Yeah, I sent a text to you guys, to you and Scott, and it was so funny. You were like, Scott's like, he's back, and you were like, the earth is healing.
Yes, that let me know that you are now past it. All just within a picture, I know that you are now past the juice fast. You've gone through some intermediary foods, stepping up to, because you would never go directly for a Waffle House order. That would be insanity.
Yeah.
So I know just from that you would work your strength back up to a certain point to say, I can do this, fam,
yeah,
and I'm going to.
It was good, too. The waitress, she was like, ooh, how tall are you? And I was like, 6'8". She goes, And I go, I know, I'm what they call a breeder. And she goes, oh, honey, I have so many more questions. Bacon, egg, and cheese on a biscuit. Hash brown smothered and covered. Extra well done. Just started yelling out my order. I was just like, I'm home.
Yep. And how does it feel? You're officially back. Guys, early March 2024, Alex is back.
I'm back. It feels good.
Good.
Yeah, it was a good weekend. But let's get into it. Talk to me about, what was it was Trouble Funk? Was that
Trouble Funk,
the last one?
Yeah.
Talk to me about some Trouble Funk.
You know, the first...
You didn't know them, right?
The way you described them and then what I ended up hearing, I was like, I don't know...
Different type of funk.
I didn't think it was what it was going to be. I don't know how to explain it otherwise. But it was interesting because it's got like this... because you used the word swing and stuff like that, so I had no idea where it was going, but it was very hip hoppy music and but the way you were describing it or whatever, and the bass and the funk all mixed in with like kind of like early hip hop influence, and then also the call and response, which I think you were talking about too, which is great. It also definitely reminded me of a lot of music that comes out of New Orleans. That's like the cousin. There's a lot of New Orleans music that's got a wacky cousin over in D.C. that's doing this other little thing, but a little bit different. Like
you got the horns and stuff in there.
Like pre-bouncing away. I don't know how to describe it.
It's got horns in there.
Yeah, so it was
interesting. You liked it, though?
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
That's DC go-go music.
Yeah, so that
now
was
when
pretty
people
interesting.
talk about go, you're like, it's not disco. You're like, oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's jump straight into. Is there anything else we have to go to? Or is that it?
No, janitor's closet is.
That was it, right? Okay. Let's jump straight into it, and I have a kind of a good one, but I want to know, what did you learn this week?
Well, let's just measure dicks right now. All right. What I learned this week was I wanted to know what the most profitable sitcom in the history of all sitcoms is.
God.
And of course, by looking at
what sitcom were you watching that made you do this? Because I know
I can't reveal my sources right now because we'll just see. But I have a top 10. Most profitable sitcoms of all time.
Okay, let's go. Let's do it.
And just a little teaser for the pleaser. Number 1, don't know if you'll see it coming.
Just to make sure the audience and I'm clear, when profitable means like
amount of ad money that they were able to sell because of the popularity of the show, the syndication, how much they were paying their people.
Simpsons number 1.
That's what you're going with?
That's what I'm going with. Go.
All right, number 10.
Simpsons.
2.5 Men.
Wow. Okay, this is a great list so far.
Number 9. I think that this is outside of our wheelhouse, but I think you're going to shrug at this one and say, yeah, okay. Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, okay. Yep. Mm-hmm. Is that still on?
No, syndication.
Okay.
Almost all of these are not current, and the amount of money that they get paid for to put their catalog like onto Netflix and stuff like that, it's in the hundreds of millions of dollars.
Fuck.
And
well, they always say like when you get syndicated, that's what you always want to get there.
That's the residual
like,
shit.
Oh, now we're going down.
But even like some of them are paying their stars, $1-2 million per episode in the final season because they were so popular.
Right.
Number 8, Everybody Loves Raymond.
I'm glad that one's on there. I like that one's on there.
Higher than what I thought it would be.
I like that. Oh yeah. But I'm
Didn't
happy.
think it was on the list.
Absolutely not.
Probably outside looking in, but not on
I'm
it.
happy that they're on it, though.
Number 7, I think our first shocker of the tournament, Seinfeld.
That one isn't too
Seems
shocking.
low.
That one isn't too shocking because they only do 7 seasons.
No, it was like 8 or 9, I think. But
8.
yeah,
I feel like that's not a lot.
I think.
Does it say how many? Oh, it doesn't say today.
I mean, everyone's different.
I would love to know how many seasons does like Everyone Loves Raymond did they do? Because you would think it's low. It's lower
8
than
or 9,
Seinfeld.
probably. I don't know.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of, like, most of these have a pretty solid catalog. Like, there's no 3-4 season stuff on here. It's stuff that endured, like, typically for, like, a decade. Around, like, the sign of the times.
Okay.
But it's interesting here. Seinfeld and Larry David, here's just the crazy numbers for you. Each make about $40 to $60 million a year.
Off of the residuals.
Residuals.
Yeah,
and
that
shit.
makes sense.
Number 6, Frasier.
Hate that one.
Shocking.
Hate that one.
Shocking.
Hate that one.
Okay, I'm just moving right on to that because it also pissed me off. Number 5,
right,
I think top 5, Cheers.
Nice. Yep. Okay.
Number 4, don't like it, but I'm just gonna serve it to you cold, dead on a plate. Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, it's actually not bad. It's actually not bad. I've turned it on. I'll do it from time to time. It's actually not bad.
A big for me.
I mean,
look, I don't want anything that I'm watching to take place in the Pacific Northwest. I'm set on that.
Is that where it's at?
Yeah, I think it's based out of, like, they're in Seattle.
Oh, well, that makes sense. It's like it's a tech thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. You always hear about that one, so that makes sense.
Number 3, I think you'll be very pleased with this. A gargantuan and more contemporary, Modern Family.
Nice. I love my big Modern Family guy.
Big mofay.
Yeah, big Modern Family over off. I'm Modern Family over Office, over Parks and Rec.
Number 2, we get straight back to the Blue Bloods. Friends.
I was like, don't say they're number 1. Okay, and who's number 1? The Blue Bloods.
You like
I
that?
do.
We're back to chalk, baby.
God damn.
Number 1, you totally just blew early. The Simpsons.
Yeah, that one was easy. Like they're compilers, as they
That's
call
what it is.
As they say, as the Lebatard show is coined, they're compilers. I think they're in like what? They're in their 30s.
They're on their 36th season.
Yeah, they're. I actually have I had Apple or Disney Plus for like a second there. I was just using Ben's account. Thank you, Ben, by the way.
Shout out Obo Baggins.
Disney boy Benny he didn't know I was on the account. I was on the I was on the account for a good 6 months there. But
he cut you?
They stopped paying for it. Just trust me, I hit up his wife. I was like,
I'm choosing to believe that he told you that they stopped paying for it, and really he just cut you off.
I was shocked because I'm like, you just had the kid. This is when you buy it. You know, like, why did you get rid of it now?
Yeah. Right when she's getting ready. I mean, Dumbo now.
Trust me, I've already got long cons going. I'm like, you should get Disney Plus for the kid, and then I get right back in.
Simpsons, by the way, 740 episodes as of when this article was published.
Does it say what Friends was at? Or who was like who's? I bet Cheers had a lot.
I mean, Friends was 10 seasons.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, most of them are pretty long, but yeah, Simpsons number 1.
Friends was okay. Friends was good. I liked it because I watched it when we grew up, but I was never to where I feel like after it was gone, it got this huge bump in like popularity. It's like this culty thing now of like Friends is like one of the girls was like when Friends was on, people weren't talking like that about Friends. Am I right?
I don't know. It was kind of just before our time. It was like early 90s to like late 90s.
I can remember it being on, but I just don't remember it being until like within the last like 5 to like maybe 7 years of like I'm just like, man, Friends wasn't like that. It got this big.
I think we're just like anti-Friends, even though we are friends. But I think that it's one of those things where it just wasn't our thing. But like your sister and those older people, I bet generation before us, like she would have loved Friends.
Yeah, you're right. I bet my sister was sitting. She'd be like, you're wrong.
AB, get at me. I need to know that.
Yeah.
So that's what I learned this week.
That's cool. That's
there
cool.
You go. Alex, what did you learn this week?
Yours is way cooler. I just learned what snafu means. I know what it means, but did you know it stands for something? When you're in a snafu?
No, it's an acronym?
Yeah.
Oh, oof. Okay.
So as everyone knows what a snafu is when you're like, when you run into something...
mistake, a debacle.
Yeah, exactly. You had a little snafu.
Yeah.
It actually stands for situation normal all fucked up.
Okay.
That's what I had no idea, and it was a bit of a mindfuck when I found it out because I was like, oh yeah, snafu. What did we think that was? Like an old Japanese term or something?
See, I think it was that, and then someone was like, in the 90s when the internet came around, was like, you know what? Nope. This is what it stands for.
What's the definition of a word that sounds like what it is, like what the definition is? Because it sounds like what it is.
It's an onomatopoeia.
An onomatopoeia, yeah. Like a snafu is an onomatopoeia.
But so that's like when Batman hits something, it's gonna show snafu, and like because that's what it is.
It's like maybe it's a cousin of an onomatopoeia.
Okay, fair.
Because it sounds like, well, man, I'm in a real if you didn't know what it was, I'm in a real snafu.
I guess I just never thought what word. So I wonder. We need to get whoever created the word to come on and just settle.
I didn't go that far. Sorry.
Michael, book them for next week.
Yes.
Nice.
Let's do a little bit of ear candy here before we get into the show. Do you want to go first, or you want?
No,
I got
ahead.
two. I didn't get your other one, so we'll save your second one for next week.
All right, we'll do a little Jordan sandwich. Go ahead. What do you got? Are you doing both or just one?
Well, I'll do both. So
hit me.
The first one I'm gonna hit you with was this. It's a brand new album from this Texas band. I found them in this in the Cream magazine. You know Cream magazine, the music magazine Cream.
Nope.
It's a music magazine. There's only a few left, but this editor was doing a review of this really small Detroit local festivals, like in Ferndale, which is like a little burb of Detroit, and he went to like this little festival and it was all local bands, and this band, they're called Nether Hour, and they were playing, and I was like, oh, let me check it out, and they actually had some pretty good stuff, and this song's called Rougarou Shrimp.
Stomp.
Thank you. I was about to, yeah.
Nether Hour. Is this gonna be cool cover?
Nolans at the end there.
Yeah, and it was definitely, I see a lot of people that would be a very good festival show. Mm-hmm. That type of stuff. Groovy.
The next person I have here, they've actually this song came out like last year, like the end. I think it was like November, like sort of like the last quarter of 2023. And I loved this song when it came out, but I guess NPR Tiny Desk did a thing. I think they did something where they sent out a thing of like, hey, do your own Tiny Desk at your like a contest. Do your own Tiny Desk, like, to all the artists. Do your own Tiny Desk set up just like how we kind of do it here at NPR, just like in a real small jammed in space, and record it and send it in, and we'll pick someone, and someone will actually get to be on here. And so this artist, they did the Tiny Desk, and I was like, ooh, I forgot about how great this song is, so I'm gonna play their Tiny Desk that they recorded.
Oh
yeah,
what a treat.
When I see you, I get deja vu. Shook that. Too hot to handle. I would never dare to give it away. You got shadow. I'm a phantom in the day. 'Cause I'm too hot to
Sounds like something you guys.
I would never dare to give it away. I'm an old man.
Kind of. I don't know what the.
In my bed.
Almost close
Too
to
hot to
like.
handle. I would never dare to give it away. You got
That's why
shadow. I'm a phantom
that's why I
in the
heard
day.
it.
'Cause I'm too hot to handle.
Look at
I
us.
would never dare to give it away. I'm an old man keeping my base. When I see you, I get deja vu. Something in my heart goes back and boom. Say
That
That was a great one.
that is Deja Vu by Verg. That song is Deja Vu by Verg.
Do we know that's the pronunciation? Maybe it's a verge.
I don't know. Maybe
For-
you might be right because it's funny you say that because I say Verg. Yeah. So I say Verg. I say Verg, but on Spotify it's Verg. But when I went and found this video, their channel is called it's Verg VIRG Girl. So and I said the same. I was like, wait, is it Verge like Virgin Girl? Is this Verge Girl or is
See?
it? I was just like, what? Ah,
Boom.
fuck. Damn you.
Get to the bottom of that. Update next week.
They're one of those. I guess those are
You got to hear them say it.
you have to hear them
themselves
say it,
in
not
an
even the
interview.
interviewer or anyone else
Yes.
talking about it. You have to hear them say it. Because how long did it take for us to actually know how to say Krongbin?
It's to me would be a mystery that the
Krangabang.
aliens
I've heard every
aliens from 1,000 years
I've
from
heard
now
every
would be able to
iteration
figure
of
out.
it. Yeah, and it is Krongbin.
If you say so.
That's what they.
If you say so, bud.
I promise that's how you say it. That's actually a good PSA for everyone out there that does know that band. The way you pronounce that band is Krongbin.
Wow, you're just music elitist.
No,
right now.
I just don't want you guys walking around sounding like assholes. That's all it is.
I think it's up to every individual's interpretation of whatever they see on that.
What song
page.
have you been listening to this week?
I don't know. A while back, I made a jukebox kind of like Mississippi, kind of just Southern playlist, and this song was on that that playlist, and it's just a great song. It's a Chuck Berry, "Oh, Louisiana." Best way to say it. That's what it felt like.
The guitars are very not Chuck Berry, but he was always like na 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 na. He was like very this one like wow.
And I come home tomorrow. Oh, Louisiana.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yep, that was a good one. That was a really good one. And I didn't add your other one in time for this week, but we did take a peek at it, and we'll play it for you next week. And it's a goodie.
Good.
It's a goodie.
I'm glad.
So the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame finished up. They did their ceremony in December, and they got right back down to business, and they've released their nominations for this year's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
For 2024.
Yes, so we got to go
The
through
nominations.
and I actually looked it up because I knew I was like, finally 137 episodes in. I'm starting now. I'm learning your nuances. I was like, Jordan's gonna ask these questions, so I got to look it up.
I mean, yeah.
And
present the candidates.
So they just got announced, and they have until the votes. You have until all the votes get in, and at the end of April, the votes get in, and then the committee gets together, and then they announce in June who gets it. Who gets in?
So
that's the
let's
timeline.
cast our ballot right now.
Yes, exactly. So
Because we will be sending this information in
yeah, we'll be to
to the proper magistrate.
yeah.
Okay.
So let me bring up the list here, and we'll go through one by one. There's if I remember correctly, when I first went through it, I was like, dang, there's a lot of yeses for me here.
Oh, so you did a little preliminary research. All right, let's see what you got.
Yeah. First one at the top, Mary J. Blige.
In.
That one was a little bit on the fence for me. I say in.
Pioneer, I think, is sound of a generation. I don't think she's got, like, I don't know.
I think she's got. I mean, she was like the R&B, like, voice of the early 2000, late 90s, but 2000s and stuff.
Yeah.
So I say yes, but I could see if she doesn't. I could understand why. I guess.
Agree.
Yeah. Now this next one is a certified yes for me, Mariah Carey.
You're in.
Absolutely, Mariah Carey, just for the voice.
I mean,
alone.
all I want for Christmas is you. Just that song alone, you're getting.
What if she I thought about it too. I was like, because the Hall of Fame ceremony was in December every year.
You see what I'm thinking?
Should we put in the futures bet on that?
Absolutely.
Hammer
that.
hammer the
hammering
over?
the Mariah.
Okay, all right. This one was weird because I was like, wow, this seems like they took a very long time. But Cher's been around since the 60s. She had her own variety show.
Seems overdue. You're in.
Yeah, I was like, I want. That was when I was.
This is shameful. So we want to just a very quick move through committee, and we're just going to say, Cher, we're sorry, you're in.
I have questions for the committee.
Sweep her in.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Now this is where we stretch the neck out.
Okay.
Dave Matthews Band.
Absolutely
oh my
not.
God, I was mad that they were on the list. I can understand why they're on the list, but man, I feel like they had a moment in time, and it was for they had a moment of about 4 to 5 years, and they somehow got this massive cult following that they're like the Dave Matthews people are like fish people. They're not as big as fish people.
Ugh, they're worse.
But they come out for them in support, and because Dave Matthews Band hasn't done anything, I'm willing to bet in at least 15 years.
I am against this, and I would just say pour a bunch of bus doo-doo on them.
Yeah.
You're out.
Dude, that one will piss me off if they get in. Especially
Seems
like
early.
the first year, I'm like, you better share her.
You better yes.
You better share their ass.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll see you in 2050.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Eric B and Rakim. This one is I'm gonna say no to this one, even though I would like to. There's only a
they
certain,
don't have it.
There's
it's okay.
There's only a
it's
certain
okay.
amount. There's
it's
only
okay.
a certain amount. I'm gonna say no to Eric B and Rakim, and I can already hear people out there talking about Rakim and like his lyrical. Like I'm not. Listen, one he's
We let in Mary.
We let in Mary. We let in Mary. Mary J's in.
She's in.
That's
they're
it.
out.
Okay. Now this one, I'm gonna say it, and then I'm just gonna give you the floor. I'm gonna be quiet. I don't, because I just want to see what
we'll see about that.
I want to see what you say.
Give me it.
Foreigner.
Absolutely in.
Yes, I'm all right. I'm so proud of you. I say too. That was the one that I saw online that a lot of that got the big
No-brainer.
hubbub
No-brainer.
on here.
No-brainer.
There was a lot of people that took umbrage, if you will, with them. They were like, there's a lot of people that were like, no way. Which I was like, do we need to go over just like their number one hits, because they've got like number one hits like 5.
That's someone telling me that Foreigner isn't in. I'm questioning their ability to cast judgment properly.
Yeah,
Because it's just a classic sound. I mean, some of their songs.
Listen,
best.
there's tons of people in the Hall of Fame that like you're not.
We let in Mary.
You're not running. we're not running.
Mary's
to go play
in.
him, but
Foreigner's going in.
Yeah, like if you grew up in the 70s and 80s, and then even classic rock 90s radio stations, that was.
I feel like they're
it.
kind of getting shared.
Yeah. So I say Foreigner. Peter Frampton. Frampton Comes Alive alone, I think. How many records did that guy of that specific record have been sold? I mean, it's the number one you see there's like 5 copies at every garage sale.
Is that the number one garage sale vinyl? I'm
willing to bet that Peter Frampton Comes Alive is the number one garage sale. A close number 2, I will say, is Kansas Carry On Our Wayward Son.
But kind of something, you want to pick up for your 15-year-old son.
Or Lead 4. Lead 4 is definitely the top 3 of definitely 5 copies out of garage sale.
All right.
Yeah. Peter Frampton's in my book.
Thought you were already in, so that's why I'm letting you in. Don't make me go back and do the homework on it. You're in.
Yeah. Jane's Addiction. I don't know about this one. Just not the first year.
You're gonna have to work for it. You're gonna have to work for me a little bit. I don't think that you are a first ballot. I think there's other people that have been shared. We need to get in right now.
Yeah.
You need to put in a little bit of hard work, son.
I think the burn needs to be turned up just a bit so they just know their place, and then we can talk about seconds.
Take a slice of humble pie.
Yes, exactly. Okay, cool.
You were Nami. You got a nom.
Yeah. That's nice. Come through, Dave. Bring your guitar.
But also, you gotta leave.
Also, don't come. You're not invited to any after parties. Yeah.
Okay.
Kool and the Gang. They're a yes for me. Kool and the Gang are OGs.
Yeah, they're in.
They've got some hits. Cool. They were earlys. They were. Kool and the Gang was one of the very first that crossed that funk and hip hop.
They have a couple songs also that are played at probably every wedding, every bar mitzvah, every big family get together where a DJ is playing for a lot of white people. That music's getting
celebrates
played.
Them. Yeah.
Yeah. So
a lot of stadium action with Kool and the Gang.
Yeah. So that right there, if you have a couple of those on all levels, everyone knows that song.
Yeah.
You're usually going to get in, and they have that. Oddly enough.
Yeah, Kool and the Gang is in. All right. This is where we start getting into the fun part of the list here.
What do you got?
Lenny Kravitz.
Oof.
I'm kind of a yes on that one, and I'm okay with it being first year.
This is first year?
Yeah. He kind of was cuz he was the Jimi Hendrix of our generation.
Are you giving him that?
Dude, his guitar and his sound, and
I mean, I have close ties to this, so
you should of all people should know.
I know, but I'm also
he was a man. Dude, when he came out, he was the man. Are you
I'm doing a Lenny
Are you gonna
deep
go my
dive.
way? Is to the dog. Are you gonna go my way? That's a riff. That's a riff.
I'm doing some Lenny homework, and I'm coming back next week.
Okay, well, we won't. All right, so
tabled.
All right, we'll table Lenny. Here we go. I need to look. I need to see. Oh yeah, write down the note for yourself, because this next one I want to look into your soul when I say this band's name. Oasis.
No.
I was like, no way, bro.
No.
No way. Especially
You guys, how long have you been broken up for, and how long have you been talking about getting back together? Just for that reason alone, you're out.
which only the citizens of the UK are interested in. No one else is interested in Liam and Noel Gallagher getting back. We could give whenever, because that's a headline that comes rolling through every 6 months.
Liam and what are the names?
Liam and Noel.
Noel and Liam are the couple that break up that you know in high school or like early college days that are just super volatile, always breaking up, getting back together. But you're just like, that couple is a mess, and I don't need them like in my space.
Toxic, yeah.
Yes,
toxic.
Yeah, so
that
like,
Oasis is toxic.
just for that alone, you're out.
They're out in my opinion too.
One hundo.
Sinead O'Connor.
I feel like she's kind of getting the Tupac boost.
I felt the same thing. I was like, I mean,
If she was alive right now, would she have gotten the nom?
I can see. I feel like she's gonna get the nom because
They want that in memoriam, bro.
because especially now it's people love the artists that when they look back stood for what they like what
They didn't waver.
Yeah, like they stood on their fucking morals and their personal justices, and they fucking, did all these like crazy ass things. And now looking back, how brave, Which I'm just gonna get.
She's getting that
crucified
nod.
there. I think she's gonna get in because she was great, but like I'm just like, yeah, but there were some. I mean, everybody's been all artists been doing that shit. Just because she went on SNL and tore up the Pope's fucking picture, like. It's 2024. I mean, big whoop. Shane Gillis was on last week. So, I'm no.
I'm a no.
I'm a no.
You're getting.
I don't know why. I don't know why I was
getting-
so afraid to say that.
Look, we can both agree that she's getting a little bit of the Tupac thing, and she's definitely getting a little bit of revisionist history falling her way.
Yes. Okay, and
So,
that's it.
That's all we're saying. And we're, as a team, together, united front. Your mom and your dad. No.
Now, and the next person to follow it up with, just to hammer home that note, Ozzy Osbourne.
On his own,
Yeah.
Black Sab already in.
I mean, just for reality TV alone.
You're saying no.
Yes. That was one of my favorite reality TV shows of all time.
So you're saying yes.
I'm saying yes.
That was confusing.
I'm saying yes to the Dark Prince.
I think for War Pigs alone, I'm just letting you in.
Yeah, Ozzy for sure. For the bat stuff alone.
Bat stuff. If you were already in with Black Sabbath, I'm having to think that you already are, right? And now they're putting him in solo.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. You already got it. The first Grammy is always the toughest.
Sharon.
He's already in. We're just giving him the solo nod.
Yeah.
No big D.
Yeah.
You're in.
You're in. Sinead, who do you think you are?
Cher, we're sorry.
They're so sorry about that one. Cher's not. Cher, I can tell you this: when Cher gets the nom, she's not going. Cher's not going. She's gonna be like, "You guys can do a tribute. I'm not coming to that."
Have you
shit.
seen that face? She's going.
This one was a fun one.
What do you got?
Sade.
In.
For sure. If she doesn't get in, that would be
That
a
I
travesty.
feel like that could be just over the Mary J paradigm. So I don't know. That's gonna come down to like the final votes.
She just and for me to just to try to tip it over to the yes side, she was her own genre.
Yep.
And that, like Sade, when Sade comes on, like, it's just like how we always talk on this like podcast of like that guitar tone of Keith Richards, like the sound, the Motown sound. Like when Sade comes on, you're like, oh, that's Sade.
And it's like that was this very specific time
Genre,
in the world.
yeah. Mhm.
You're like kind of like the grunge of like the late 80s, really early 90s. Like Sade was kind of also right around that same time, but like that early 90s kind of whatever the fuck it is.
It was like jazzy,
R&B,
easy listening to R&B, grunge,
coffee
soul.
shop.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
And then the last one here, this is why I argue and yell at people when they're just like my dad actually, that hate like
King Contrarian.
hip hop artists that are getting to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, because like we've now matured, like we're in, it's been 20 years since like super like hip hop. A Tribe Called Quest.
In.
Yeah, totally in. So, gonna be a good one this year. It's one of my favorite
I
things
have
to
a
watch
feeling
every
that
year.
we're gonna be off by a couple. I think a couple yeses could be nos.
I did look up that there isn't a necessarily a cap on the number of noms you can give, but from the article that I read,
DMB gets in.
what?
If DMB gets in,
Dude, but what I read was the committee like has never gone over 10, and like they keep it.
how many was that?
How many yeses did we have?
No, how many total?
Oh, the total was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 around
So
here.
5 of those people probably aren't.
And we
getting
said yes to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess we're not doing Lenny Kravitz yet.
Abstain.
6, 7, 8, 9. Let Lenny get in there, dog.
I
All
will
right.
render my decision next week.
So we let 9 in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have room. What you're telling me,
We have a little bit of wiggle room. Not a lot, though. Just a little bit of wiggle room.
Lenny, we will decide your fate. It's a yes from you. So it's a yes from you.
It's a yeah, for sure, yes from me.
Okay.
Next week we'll have Sherman on.
Yeah.
Who play?
We'll get some insight.
Jordan has a friend. All right, is he my friend too?
Yeah, he's our friend.
He's our friend. He is in Lenny Kravitz's band. He plays the sax.
Yeah.
Yeah, plays the sax. So, which is crazy how that doesn't tip your vote. But hey, that's how
That just lets you know.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not getting paid under the table, and if I was, it's by both sides.
And if it was under the table, it would be from Lenny Kravitz, and it would be his huge cock paying you.
Probably.
Because it's under the table, and have you seen that photo? I think we've discussed it on this podcast before.
I will say, just on maintenance of look alone, that right there
That's
is already
true.
tipping him yes.
That's true. Since he came on the scene in, like, let's call it 98, to now, has looked not only pristine and phenomenal, but just the same. Like, black don't crack.
No, and he's like...
Looks so good.
He's done the thing of he came out cool and edgy, and he stayed cool and edgy.
Yeah. Yeah, like,
You know?
Yeah, that is true.
Like, it's
None
never
of
wavered.
None of this is moving your monkey yet.
Look, it is
Impartial
falling.
people,
It's
impartial.
falling in the favor of a yes. But
He's
you know
good.
what? I'm doing my homework.
He's good. He's good. He's good.
All right, we got a new segment. I don't know if you remember, we were talking about this earlier. That this week's segment is based off of a local Jacksonville hip hop station.
106.9 The Beat.
I think it's
What was it?
96.5 The Beat.
Was it 96.5?
Jacksonville, reach out. We need to know.
Duval, reach out.
Duval. So they would have a segment on where they'd have a local artist on, and they would play some of the song, and then they would say, "Pump it" or "Dump it."
Yeah,
And I have some
hell yeah.
stuff. I have some stuff that has come out or is coming
Songs.
out. Mostly music. I got a couple other
Oh, okay.
things mixed in there,
I like
and you're
that.
going to tell
Anything
me
can be pumped or dumped.
absolutely
You're right. Yes.
Right?
You're right. Yes.
everything in your life, ladies and gentlemen,
Could be either pumped.
a pump or a dump. You are the only person that can decide.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Now I have a list here.
Okay.
You tell me, pump it or dump it.
This right here, producer Mike, can we just get some imaging right here with a little bit of musical bed that says, with like an audience crowd going, "Pump it or dump it,"
And then toilet flush.
yeah. So get that in there.
Yeah. Okay. So first one. Their first album in 11 years. Coming out, New Kids on the Block. Album called Still Kids. Pump it or dump it.
Dude, what? No. Still kids?
The kids are still kids somehow, and they're on the block, and they're getting back together.
Dude, the block is not the same anymore. You guys should get off of that block. It's dangerous now.
The block is hot.
Dump it. Dump it. Get off the block.
All right,
Jordan.
so you're out on...
Jordan Knight. Get off the block.
He's got
Not
like that
you.
barn renovation show. Have you seen that?
Get off the block and get in the barn.
In your Massachusetts barn.
Yeah.
Okay. I had to give you a little sneak peek about this one. Beyonce's new country single, Texas Hold'em.
Yeah, it's not my cup of tea. It's definitely a dump it for me. It sounds like a song I've heard before. That's the one. Every time I hear it, I'm just like, this is a song that I've heard before. Someone else has done it. It sounds like it was a cover of a song that I've heard before.
I forget the text you sent to me, but you said it was almost like
Oh
it was.
yeah, what did I say?
It was
a good
like,
one, wasn't it? Yeah. I was actually when I typed it out and sent it, I was like, that was funny. Oh yeah, I go, sounds like a parody song someone wrote in a shitty sitcom.
Boom.
You know,
not
like,
top 10.
Yeah, like like those like sitcom episodes where it's like the talent show episode.
Yeah.
And and so one of the writers they have to make up a song because they're not going to pay for the licensing. That's what it sounds like.
So what I also learned this week, new thing by the way, we just finished The Righteous Gemstones.
Nice.
And
is that your first time all the way through?
All the way through, yeah.
Okay.
I'd watched some of them before, but
Judy, she's my favorite.
Judy's the best.
She's my favorite.
Judy's the best.
Judy's
the
favorite.
best. Judy's the best.
She's the best.
But what I was reading, because some of the songs they're singing usually, I'm like, this is so oddly specific. And what I found is that there's one guy who basically wrote every single song and scored that entire show, because all of those are basically like contextual songs about whatever's going on in the episode.
Yeah.
And so he got all these different
They're
people
not
together.
bad.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
Because the one Misbehavin' song actually went like viral.
Oh, yeah.
But there's like 40, I think it was actually 50 songs throughout the entire 3-season show.
Misbehavin'
He wrote all of them.
Misbehaving slaps.
It's
Misbehaving slaps.
Pump it.
Pump it.
Pump that.
Pump it. Pump misbehaving.
No, I think you're gonna. I'm just gonna throw this out there to you, and I just will also sprinkle this in there. I listened to a little bit of this album today. Okay.
Okay.
The new Mannequin Pussy album.
Why? What was it? You were watching Spring Breakers listening to Mannequin Pussy?
Nope. Well, it was our friend Abraham had invited me to a show which I declined to go to, but I'd never even heard of them before.
I was just about to say, I was like, if you go to the Mannequin Pussy show and not Benny the Butcher, which those two, that sentence right there alone.
I saw the name. I was like, hey, new album.
Sounds like two pornos.
So
Benny the Butcher, Mannequin Pussy. You coming over to watch it tonight, brother?
dump it?
Dump it.
Dump it. Okay.
Yep, dump it.
Billy Joel, new music.
Oh my gosh. I went to a comedy show not this last weekend, but the weekend before up in Boca. In Boca, and the comedy show was right next to this music venue, and I walked into the music venue thinking it was the comedy show, and I quickly looked around and I was like, this can't be the comedy show, because it was just old Boca Jewish people just like in their 60s, and I was like, oh man, I'm in the wrong place. And I turned around, and right before I walked out, I asked the bouncer, I'm like, what's and he goes, oh, Billy Joel cover band tonight, and it's slammed in there.
Oh yeah,
and even
love this. You should have stayed.
After my comedy show was over, all of them were outside then talking about the show, super into it. I was baffled.
But you know what? Good for those old people getting out and just seeing some live music, huh? We give them credit for that?
Sure.
Pump it?
Dump it. Dump it. Good God.
New Usher album.
Oh, dump it.
It was so bad.
Oh,
I
you checked it out?
I put some work into this list.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you would checked out all
I
of
wasn't
them.
listening to Mannequin Pussy like for my pleasure. I was like, what is this? and then I needed to see. Maybe it was like something edgy that Alex was gonna like.
No.
I didn't. Well,
So Usher's bad. They didn't get that Super Bowl bump. They got that
Dude.
Super Bowl dump.
Honestly, you go ahead. Put a couple songs on there. Just see. What
I
you
heard
think.
one song he did with one of the guys from BTS that wasn't bad. It was like a super funky like.
I didn't get that far. Let's just say it was.
I don't think it was on Usher's album. I think it's on the.
No, it's. I saw the song because it was the Korean guy's name.
Oh, we should.
I can't remember.
It was pretty
I can't
good.
remember.
It was alright. Still dump
Pump It or Dump It. Dune 2.
it. Ooh, pump it up.
You're doing Joe Budden right
I just
now.
Joe Budden that one. That's how bad. That's how much I pumped that one.
Damn.
That's Joe Budden.
Now I will give you this.
Dun, 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 dun.
Jay Lit the Kid was loud wrong. The first time Wifey and I watched Dune, I was like, "This movie sucks.
I loved
Terrible."
it. I watched it again.
Then
to get ready.
I determined. I said it couldn't have been as bad as I thought it was. I went back and watched it. Totally went the other way. Awesome first movie.
Really? That's hard
Yes.
to do. That's hard for anybody to watch.
I don't know what I was thinking the first time.
That's how I was with other guys.
That's not physically possible, but I get it.
I remember.
I get it.
I remember how many years went by. How mad you were at me that I did not like that movie.
It was.
You were just there was a point where you just was like, "Get away from me."
It got to the point where I was like, "That movie sucks." Too. I watched it and I was like, "Oh, I can't wait for the next one to come out."
Yeah, I've seen the Dune one 3 times. Have you ever seen the original?
No, good.
No.
I'd read the book before I watched the original.
Yeah, the original was just okay. A lot of talking, and it was like really long.
New MGMT album.
Oh, new management. It is MGM.
Is it?
No, it's. I wanted to fuck with you, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that to him. It's MGM.
My first question was, do they call themselves management?
No, but in the beginning when they first came out, everyone called them management, and it was like, and then they
Then
finally-
management issued a decree.
Then they came out and was like, it's actually MGMT, and the internet was very mad for them leading them in the wrong direction on that.
That's why you have to wait till they say it out loud.
Yes.
Boom.
If there's one thing to take away from this episode, it's if you are unsure about the artist's name and how to correctly say it, hey, you just sit, you wait, you sit on that thing. I actually listened to a couple of the songs because Christine and the Queens is on and stuff, and that album's a big dump it.
Dump it.
I didn't
Okay.
like it. Okay.
Big news, big news, big news. Lindsay
Guys,
Lohan,
guys.
Freaky Friday remake in the works.
Cece, very intrigued.
Really?
There's something about her and like,
the comeback.
yeah, like her and like, like the fall from grace. I root for her.
We all like an under.
A lot of those, like, kind of just like the Amanda Bynes and the Paris Hiltons, like
I don't
all
know
of
if
those.
she clawed her way back.
You know, like
Paris
Nicole,
Hilton's back.
Nicole Richie. Like,
She's back.
what's she doing? You know, but yeah, Lindsay Lohan. There's something about her that I don't know if we've talked about this, but I've said this before to other people, and I truly believe this statement when I'm about to say it to you, Jordan. I feel like I have a chance with Lindsay Lohan right now today. If I were to see her, I think I would have a chance.
So you're saying she's the everyman's kind of woman where she could easily date a celebrity but also come down into the serfdom and somehow get picked up by you drinking Bud Lights at a bar in Fort Lauderdale.
I think she plays in the mud.
You think she...
No, but I've said this
She's
before.
got the checkered past to make it plausible.
Yeah, and you know, yeah, I've said this multiple times before. Like, I think I have a chance, and I'm just gonna I said it.
If I took the ring off, do I have a chance?
Yeah, I think my whole friend group would have a chance.
Oh.
Any of my established friends
Okay.
would they?
Yeah, we have to show some assets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'd be like, "Oh, you didn't have a mental breakdown? Oh, this guy's might be a catch."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, you weren't addicted to Xanax? Jordan's looking kind of hot tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, you know.
Okay. All right, I agree.
Yeah, that's a good take, right?
I like that.
Yeah.
All
It's
right.
because there's a lot of celebrities that you think about, but start thinking about though, because there's a few other ones out there where you're like, I genuinely think I could. She's one of them.
Do you have another? Can you give me another?
What was it? I've done this before where, oh yeah, is it Anna Faris?
Okay.
Anna Faris? She's another one where I'm like, I think I could.
Give me Natasha Lyonne. Or whatever the fuck her last name is.
Natasha Lyonne? Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
see her at a dive
That's
bar.
a good. That's a good one. That's
I'd be
a good
at a
one.
dive
In
bar
like New
in
York,
Portland.
no,
and
in
I
New
would
York,
be drinking
in like
PBRs.
Brooklyn, 'cause
like,
she's from New York.
in a bowling alley themed bar.
Yeah, like that's exact. You know, you picked up exactly the wavelength that I'm on of like Natasha Lyonne. Like on a good night, nice good night for you, the bar serving Rumplemans, you got a chance.
Coolers open.
Coolers open.
Coolers open.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who I'm taking for now.
Mm-hmm. I believe you. Like if you came home, I'd be like, dude,
You and Natash. No, I have in this situation me bringing her back to our apartment, and I'm texting you like, dude, I need you to get out of the apartment. Like Natasha Lyonne's.
and then I
coming
say,
over, whatever
who's
the fuck her
going?
last name is.
And I go, yeah, okay.
And I'm just like, Tosh, she's coming with.
And then you come in, and I'm like, and then I leave.
Yes.
Yeah,
Pump it.
pump it.
Okay. Now, this one threw me through a loop.
Oh no.
Kate Hudson. New single, new album.
Wait, Kate Hudson.
Yes,
like from...
I reported that correctly.
Wait, Kate Hudson from like Almost Famous. Kate Hudson.
Yup. Also was in Glass Onion. Just a little callback.
This last onion, I can't shake this off of that.
Yo,
off of
her
you, bro.
outfits.
She
No,
looks-
Kate Hudson. Oh my,
By the pool.
my lord.
Yeah,
Every outfit was just like
I'll give you that. She's pump it.
pump it.
Pump
So
it.
you're okay.
You know what? Pump it.
She's got a Lenny Kravitz thing going on.
She does. She's got flowing things while she's walking behind her. Mm-hmm. Nice silk linens. Yeah.
Okay, and my last one.
Are we even talking about music with her, or what?
No, pump it. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Now this last one, I gotta be honest. I think when I say it, you'll think one thing, but I checked the album out today. I will leave it at that right now.
Okay.
And Schoolboy Q's new album just dropped.
Ooh, I heard it's gonna be good. Oh, did you listen to it? I heard it's.
I listened to a majority.
I heard it's
of
some
it.
higher learning shit. I heard it's real intellectual. It might be a little hoity-toity. What did you get from
it?
No? I heard just a snippet. I saw like
I
someone
went
was
through.
interviewing
There's like
him.
20 tracks. I went through probably at least the first half.
All I saw was like someone was. It was like a promo video for this interview that he's on, and it's for his new album. And they played a snippet of like probably the single, but it was 10 seconds, so I couldn't. But okay, I'll do my research on that one.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be there. I think from the 10
His
songs,
first
I took
one was
song.
great, and then the second one, his last one was trash.
Well, I don't think he's released.
Like I think it was called Crash Talk.
Oxymoron was I thought the last album, maybe not.
The last one was Crash Talk, and
Yeah.
that one was like terrible. I've actually heard him say he's like, yeah, that he's himself admitted that one wasn't good, and he even said too that he was like, yeah, I was like sober. That was like I was sober for that whole album. He like didn't smoke, didn't do anything, and he was just like that one wasn't it. He goes, I didn't that. He goes, that one was. He goes, it was really dumbed down, and I was just doing stupid shit.
I didn't want to feel that way.
I'm gonna check that out tomorrow. Then actually,
But it
because
wasn't-
That's funny. I'm glad you said that because
wasn't
now
as-
I want to check it out. Now I'm really gonna. Check
There's
it out.
very few rappers whose albums come out, and I'm like, I'm gonna spend 40,
Yeah.
40 minutes.
Is there? How you said there's 20 tracks?
There's a lot of
Oh,
tracks
there's a
on
lot.
it.
I hate when
but
they do that, but okay.
Well, it's better than like
I'm
the
kind of like that with like a
12
3-hour movie now. Now I'm like, fuck. When I see like a track that like now that's 20 tracks, I'm like, fuck, man.
But I just didn't feel good about it afterwards.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out.
So you
mean,
do some homework next week, and you tell me about that, and then we'll
You
talk.
come back
Lenny.
with Lenny. I'll come back with Q.
Okay.
Kravitz in the Q next week. the Q crew.
All right. Before we get into the Peacock, I got a couple other quick hits for you.
Okay, yeah. Pump it or dump it?
First off, I'm gonna sound old here, and I'm okay with feeling a little out of touch.
What's up, bud?
Who the fuck is this Sydney Sweeney lady?
Oh.
Who is she? What does she do?
She was in...
What do I need to know?
She's in... Did you...
I saw she was
Euphoria.
on...
Did you watch Euphoria? I did not.
No.
That's why you don't know her. She was in Euphoria.
So she's been in
Overrated ass
one
show.
thing.
She was in one show, and if you know what Euphoria is, it's that HBO show that's all about... It's the whole thing shot like in a lens of purple, which is super annoying. That was my biggest annoying with the whole show. I was like, why is this whole thing shot in purple? But the whole is about like high school kids. They're all just
Doing a
like
bunch of
doing
drugs.
drugs and having sex.
Yeah,
And you
okay.
got Sydney Sweeney, who's like 27 years old with just huge, awesome tits. Like no girl in my high school ever looked like that. No girl. That was like when I watched it, I was like, yeah, this is great. Like it's all these like young. I think they're all in their older 20s. Like no high school person looks like this, or honestly, for that matter, acts this way. But she was in Euphoria. Euphoria, everyone loved, and that's why the Sydney Sweeney thing's going on. She's got a great rack. I couldn't tell you anything else about her because I don't think she's in anything else.
That's what I had a feeling it was.
I don't think
Like
she's in
one
anything
thing,
else, right?
or for not really much substance or whatever, but I didn't know.
I don't think she's in anything else, right? I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, but you're also like, you don't watch like my favorite movies, but you are, I would say, a little cued into the movie game, and I don't think I don't know any movies.
Oh
she's
no,
in.
I couldn't tell you a single movie.
Yeah.
I don't think. I just felt like she was really young, and the rise was very quick, and I'm like, how'd you even get the start? I don't know anything you're in because I've never seen anything.
I always get this feeling though with her, and tell me if it's true for you. Do you ever get the feeling of like whenever you see her, she looks like you've seen her in something?
She kind of gave me like a Dakota Fanning type thing.
Yeah,
where
every
I'm
time I
like,
see her, I'm like,
oh,
I
were
feel
you
like
much younger and you were in stuff and I didn't know?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
that's
but-
why I always get the feeling where I'm just like, were you in something I used to watch? Because I don't know who you are.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I'm just over here like, there's all this hoopla around this girl with big boobs on SNL, and I don't know. Like, I figured it was TikTok.
I do have to say, I don't know if I felt bad, but I saw like 4 or 5 different sketches that she did on SNL. And they actually all were good, but they all were her playing a bimbo cheerleader, her playing
Just stuff with big boobs.
just like very stereotypical big blonde boobed like women like things, and I was just like, I'm not usually this guy, but if I was Sydney Sweeney, or I would be like, can we get something else? But the skits were.
So you were
funny.
offended for her.
I kind of was just like, damn. I would have been like, can we at least do a different character where I'm not playing like the innocent big boobed girl? It was weird.
I love you, Dad.
Yeah, like all of exactly that. Like all of her characters in these 5 skits I saw all had daddy issues.
But you're my dad in this situation. I'm Sydney Sweeney, and I'm saying thank you for looking out for me.
Yeah, no. Sorry, I bet her dad's not around.
Okay.
Daddy issues.
Which actually brings me to my next topic, which I think I know the
Daddy
answer
issues?
here, but I think it's a worthy question. If I was like, all right, Alex, you actually have to become a social influencer, what would you actually do it about that you think you'd be good at, and like, what do you think that topic or thing that you would do would be?
I've thought about this before because the whole influencer thing, I've thought about this many times because I don't think I could ever be a social media influencer because I am a huge believer. I don't like doing public thing. I don't like look at me, Louis. I don't like look at me type of things.
Mm-hmm.
That's why there's really nothing on my social media that is pictures because I don't like to, hey, look at me, look what I ate, look what I did, look at me, this is what I wore. I'm not a look at me guy. So the only thing that I would ever really do is I know it sounds weird now, but the people that eat things. Like I could drive around, like do like mukbangs and shit. Like that sounds fun to me, trying shit, breaking down the nuances of like a new like fucking flounder sandwich at Popeyes.
Love that for you.
Yeah, like that, sitting in the car like that I could do, but like anything else of like doing pranks, any type of like, dances or anything. No.
I feel like you're just reaching right past the lowest hanging fruit, and what I thought your response would be like music review guy, vinyl review, something related to like the music of like, you know.
Yeah, I could do that. Actually, I mean, I do that. That's actually that's what I do. The only thing on all my social media is just if you go on my social media, it's just, hey, listen to this. This is the song I'm listening to. It's just songs. So yeah, I could do that. That's what I do now. Like,
but I like the mukbang instead. Do that. I want you to cram yourself full of like a meatball sub that's got French fries in it. Yeah,
like I'm going to KFC, you know, this week to do a mukbang on, and this is a real thing. Did you see the chizza at KFC? It's a chicken.
Excuse me?
It's a breaded chicken breast, hammered out. It's like this big, breaded and deep fried, and then on top of it is like mozzarella cheese, pepperoni, marinara sauce.
I'm in.
And it's like a chicken pizza.
Just with no bread?
No dough. The chicken is the. They do the same thing. Remember with the KFC Double Down, where they just took out the buns.
Oh, I remember the Double Down,
bro. I would mukbang the shit. I would pump that motherfucker. Yeah, mukbangs.
I love that.
Those are fun. I love those. You and me like the mukbangs.
I want to do one.
I know. We should do more mukbangs on here now that we have the. We should try the cheesa. Maybe next week we'll try the cheesa for you guys live on air.
Yo, let's ride.
Should we get some?
But also not ride, deliver.
Okay, we're doing the cheesa. I'm writing that down. We're doing the cheesa. Next week we're doing mukbangs.
What is the cheesa?
It's called the cheesa. CH dash.
Wait, this is the thing from KFC?
It's called the cheesa. The chizza.
Bartender.
I don't know if it's cheesa or chizza.
2 cheeses.
Yeah. So I'm writing it down. We're gonna do that next week.
Love that for you. All right, this next one. I mean, I don't know if we talked about it too much, but it's getting worse and worse. My guy Diddy. I mean, he has become just nuclear waste.
Anybody next to him is not. I saw a Meek Mill thing or something, or somebody else with them. I was just like, oh,
they're doing the Epstein. If we ever hung out and were pictured together, you're also fucked. That's how fucked I am. Mode right now.
And he's super silent, which doesn't help.
No, because he didn't do the Trump thing of coming out and just being like, absolutely not right away. Countersuit.
You have to come out immediately. Even like R. Kelly, as much as like, I'm not in, but remember R. Kelly's? He went on with Gil. He went on there with Gil King. Was like, y'all killing me with this. Like he even
tried. You wanted the R. Kelly interview?
Even R. Kelly, who was like, even at that point, everyone was like, nah, bro, you are definitely, and then you're definitely guilty of this. He even was like. He called up Gayle King, and Good Morning America was like, tomorrow morning, I'll be there. Like P Diddy's like, here, does anybody want to buy Revolt? I'm selling that. All right, I sold all my bad boy shit. Like he's just like
he's liquidating.
He's not even like appearing on like the Shay Shay Club with like Shannon Sharp.
You got to show up.
Yeah, you got to pull up to Rogan.
Don't pull up to Rogan.
Get high and start fucking spilling the beans.
Oh, maybe.
And the elk meat.
It seems real bad.
Yeah, it's not good. I've read a lot about it, and it's like cut and dry. It's like done deal.
Serious
case.
Pattern of behavior, long period of time. You're like, this stuff isn't just
I read a lot about the Cassie thing, and like he tried so many things before that it got to where it's at, where she came out publicly. Like he was so close to like shutting her up, like he was gonna give her, it was like some ungodly number to just not come out, and she was like, nah, I'm going to. Like she turned down just like hundreds of millions of dollars. It was something crazy, and she was like, no, people need to know. And I was like, because like it was I read a lot about it. I was like, oh, because I'd say there was a part I was like, there's no way. But because there's so much stuff. At first,
you're just like, yeah, that's the thing, though. It's the volume.
There's so much.
Over time, it's to the point where it's like, one instance, you could maybe, get away from it, distance it, distort reality, whatever. But when it's so much shit, you're just like, dude.
Yeah.
Like, there's too much evidence.
And there's so many people that just like there's so many of Yeah, we were at this party once. Like those stories. We were just like,
Yeah, like the people have there's nothing to gain by telling this. I'm just giving you the
It's
real.
just like the security guy was like, yeah, so I was running the door at this club, and this is how, and at the end of the night,
sounded just like that. All right, I got two more. We talked about this a little while back, but if I remember correctly, we are steadily approaching
what?
Benson doing a 5K.
Yeah. I've started
What's the
running.
prep like? Talk to me.
I've started. I as you know, I got new shoes and stuff, so I've been running and biking and stuff.
New shoes on the coupe.
And I've got the new shoes like properly broken in, and so basically what I'm doing now is I will every morning I walk, about 1.5 miles, but now what I started last week was I will walk probably like 2/3, and then the last third I run it. So I've been doing that, and I'm going to get to the point where I'm hopefully running a whole one. And then just kind of just making my way up, because I got till November. Oh, you're talking about the turkey trot?
Yeah.
No, the one in March. No, I'm never gonna be able to do nice times for that one.
I'm just asking how the training is going.
Yeah, I'm just that one I am expecting.
So this is your introductory 5K to prepare yourself for November, because when that's the real war.
Well, I didn't know when I signed up for this 5K that's in 2 weeks that right before it I wasn't allowed to do anything and
This
eat
is
anything.
spring training.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that one I'm basically going to just walk. I'm going to be run it, and then and then just walk it, and then when I'm get the straight back up, we're going to run it, and then we'll hit the finish line and just see where we're at.
And when this is 2 weeks or next week?
Yeah, it's not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after.
A school night?
It's a school night. Come through the Esplanade Park over by Fat Cats. Corporate run.
They got you at work on this?
Yeah. I used to do it all the time, and before
do it all the time.
the ACL and stuff, but then I stopped, and then like I said, I wanted to get back into it, and
We're gonna need updates on all this. I need to know how the regimen is going. So you're saying not tomorrow, a week from tomorrow?
no, it's not next week, next Wednesday.
Okay, so 2 weeks from tomorrow.
This Wednesday is tomorrow.
Yeah.
I had this argument with my mom this week because she was like, I was like, yeah, it's next week. And she's like, no, this week we have to do on Saturday. And I was like, yeah, that's this Saturday. Next Saturday is next Saturday.
This Saturday is a Saturday that's about to happen. Next Saturday would be not the next
Yeah,
physical
so
Saturday.
not next Wednesday, the week after. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when it is. Yeah. And I've already told everyone at my work too. I'm like, listen, because usually the ones before I would we'd get the group together and we'd palling around, drink before, probably have some drinks before. We wouldn't take it serious. Most of the girls would walk and shit. I've already told everyone, I was like, don't talk to me. Headphones will be in. Not walking anywhere near you. Don't find me in the crowd when the gunshot goes off.
Heard.
Yeah.
So you're going for it. Is that what I'm hearing?
I'm just I'm gonna take it serious.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is our tune-up towards the
trot.
Let's see if it's Rocky 1 or is it Rocky 2?
Yeah. Yeah.
Find out. November.
Yeah.
Clash of the Titans.
Yes.
I did 4 miles on Monday.
Yeah.
So, I want you to know that I'm not taking November lightly. And that I plan to be been mixing in a lot more salads, and
nice.
I am preparing now. I will not be the Apollo of, or I will whichever one he doesn't end up taking seriously. That will not be me.
Is it Mr. No?
Yeah, it's number 3.
Is it Mr. T?
Where he trains them, and then see, Steve, This is where we need you.
Right now, I can hear Andy just like, you motherfuckers are doing it again.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Well, because that's good. Well, I'm glad to hear that, because my thing that I've already done, because I've been starting to run again, I'm just like, oh, I need to get my lungs together. That's my main thing is my lungs. That's when I was like, wow, it's not my knee's not hurting after or any of that. It's my lungs. My lungs are like, hey, yeah, chill out. Okay.
I like that though.
Yeah.
Clash of the Titans coming. We're gonna have to have someone run in front of us, like with an iPad on their back, and just live stream it.
I've gone over the situation in my head already 1,000 times for November's turkey trot, and it gives me instant anxiety. I'm just like, oh, I don't like Jordan. Like they're probably gonna be waiting at the finish line, and I'm gonna be like, they're gonna be already like not even sweating anymore, or
oh no, I'm disgusting.
Or I don't even, I've played over many times in my head of just like, what if I take too long, or
what if like it takes you so long we've
What
already
if-
left?
yeah, like I'm just like, what if Ellie's got Lucy in the stroller and like they beat me, like it's a lot, it's a lot for me right now. Yeah,
You have some time to work it through.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Wait, I have one more for you.
Okay.
Last one here. We talked a little bit earlier about some political capital that we are that I'm cashing in.
Yep, Jordan's been saving up some points on his power card to cash him into, do something, that he might get a no on from his wife, or a reluctant yes.
Now here's a twist to all of those calculations that you have so far put forth.
Okay.
This was suggested by my wife, and I said I could spend very little here, but also I'm going to enjoy this as well, and it's not even really like me trying to, like, she suggested this, and I like it, so I'm actually not having to really spend much.
Oh,
and
so
it's
this
gonna be
is
a
a
good
Chinese
time.
finger trap.
This is the but now I want to
This is like this sticky hand.
I'd like to invite you.
Okay.
And I feel like I'm going to get either... Well, you're going to pump it or you're going to dump it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Saturday night, Miami Music Week, hotel down in Miami, Medusa.
Ooh, damn, that's the 22nd?
23rd.
23rd?
This guy's already booked up over here.
I'm about to say I have to check my calendar.
All
No,
right.
I think I have that weekend, actually. I have that weekend. Are you serious? You're going to get a hotel down there?
No, we're definitely going to go to the show, though.
Oh, it's at a Miami hotel.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then yeah. I've already been haunting.
Oh, we'll go down early, get some drinks.
A-Track's coming down. He's playing Oasis for Miami Music Week. I was like already thinking about going to Dante's. Just pop it in there for an hour. So, Medusa, we bonded over that one.
That was Lala last year, which I actually
Lala
looked
live
up.
stream.
I looked at the Lala live stream this year. I didn't think it was so late in the year. It's like first weekend of August.
They're all basically in like Lala, Bonnaroo. They're all in June, July, August.
Yeah, but was excited. He'll be back there again. But we, wifey and I, got the ticks already. Hit up Nathan, and I'd like to just, I'm just throwing
Nate
it out
in?
there. Nate said he was in.
Okay, he was in.
Yes.
Nate'll go. Nate'll go to that.
Yeah, this is a Luce is going with the grandparents evening.
How much were tickets running?
They were like $70, $80. I want you to just stew on that.
Count me in.
Pump
on
it.
that. Pump it.
Pump it.
Pump that one.
Okay.
Absolutely.
This little Miami evening. We don't do them often.
No, let's pump that one. Let's get some food and pump that one.
We're gonna absolutely.
I want to go to Sandwich. I've been seeing a lot of Sandwich lately. Maybe not on that day, but like, man, have I been seeing a lot of Sandwich.
You have to be there immediately right when they open.
I saw. What was the? Whatever. We're getting off topic. Now I'm hungry. We won't.
Boom.
I want to go to Sandwich though, but not that day.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
That's like a Versace mansion. Let's just fucking get bouge.
Yeah, I'm about to say yeah. That's a night of where we go do like never.
We go live.
Heard
in
a lot of
Miami
good things
Beach.
about this place.
Yeah, you do it one time a year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, count me in on that. I'm down.
Heard.
Yeah. All right, let's get into this week's Peacock in music. I went hip hop on my boy here.
Hey.
We love this band. This week's Peacock in music is Little Brother.
Ooh.
Little Brother 2001 to 2010 breakup. Then got back together 2018 to present.
Okay.
Well, timeline right there. Now, right off the rip, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Oof.
Name the
will
3
fail.
members of
No way.
Little Brother.
Cannot remember for the fucking life of
You're going
me.
to be mad when I tell you all, because you know them. You know them, but you just...
GLC?
I'm putting
GLC.
I'm putting you on the spot. You should at least know one of them.
Ugh.
I mean, you should definitely know 2 of them, but definitely at least one of them. And then when I give you the third one, you know all of them.
I'm going to punch myself. Go ahead.
Fonte,
Okay.
Big Pooh, Ninth Wonder.
That's the one I should have known.
Yeah.
And I remember Big Pooh as well.
Yeah.
And Fonte, even.
Yeah. I knew you did. I was like, no, I won't do this with my boy. I was like, no.
Expose me as the fraud I am.
Okay. All 3 met on a college campus. They're from North Carolina, in North Carolina Central University in Durham, North Carolina. And the name is actually very apropos, very appropriate. The name comes because they were, like I said, 2001. They were the early 2000s when they got together, and they looked up to, De La Soul and Tribe Called Quest and Public Enemy, and their song and Ninth Wonder's production is all that like jazzy type of hip hop and their intellectual rap. So they always looked up to those groups. So they were like the little brother to those groups. So that's why they call themselves Little Brother. To carry on that tradition of that sound. So they started getting a following pretty much off the rip when they got together, and they quickly signed with a very local record label called ABB Records in Durham, North Carolina. And on that first album in 2003, they released The Listening, and it was had pretty good critical acclaim, especially off the rip. Ninth Wonder became a star. Everyone was just like, "Yo, who's making these beats?" So he got a lot of eyeballs on him, and one of the bigger eyeballs that got him off that first album was Jay-Z tapped him to do a couple songs off of his worst album,
The Blueprint?
the Black Album.
Oh, ugh. I thought it was much earlier than that, though. That's why I went early 2000s.
It's
Jay-Z.
funny you say that, because when I wrote down the Black Album, I was like, was that 2003? I guess it kind of was.
The Black Album was?
It was 2003 is when The Listening came out, and right after Jay-Z grabbed him to do the Black Album. So the Black Album was probably 2004.
I thought it was much later.
I did too, because I was like, I thought I listened to the Black Album like
2009
in college.
Yeah,
terrible album.
Yeah, great retirement, bro.
Yeah, I was just about to say that was the one where he was like retiring, and I think everybody was like, good if this is what you're putting out.
Yeah.
So yeah, Ninth Wonder was getting some pretty big attention off the rip. And they actually right after that album came out, they went on tour and opened for the Hieroglyphics, which is the rap group that Del the Funky Homo Sapien is in. Hieroglyphics. And then, as we all know, their biggest album, the second album, The Minstrel Show, increased their popularity and their sales from the first one. And the album is called Minstrel Show because if for the people out there that don't know what a minstrel show is, a minstrel show is
non-woke motherfuckers.
Yeah, you pieces of shit. Minstrel shows were back in like the 1920s and 30s, were these shows that white theater actors would do, where they would basically do blackface.
1000%. Yeah.
They would all dress up as blackface and as black people and do black people things and make fun of black people as black people, and they were called minstrel shows. And so they named that album Minstrel Show because they were comparing present day rap and hip hop that was going on at that time in the music industry to the minstrel shows. Basically, rap, they were basically kind of saying rap and hip hop, that was coming out in the early to mid 2000s was white people were getting involved on it, trying to sound like the black people, and then they were also making black hip hop sound more white and not more hip hoppy and black. If that makes sense.
I got all that.
You got that. It was a little convoluted.
I know what you're saying, though.
But you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So that's why they call it the Minstrel Show. And that it caused a little bit of a beef actually with Slick Pulla. Which, do you know who Slick Pulla is?
Absolutely. Slick Pulla was...
I was about to say, I don't know that, but I bet Jordan will know who this guy is.
Absolutely. He was a kind of like a henchman, but was a rapper on Young Jeezy's USDA.
The protege. He was a protege. I've down here he was a protege.
Young Jeezy protege on USDA Records.
Yes. So Slick Pulla took offense to specifically Fonte when he was talking about drug rap, because as we all know, Young Jeezy was pretty much the epitome of drug rap.
The Frank Lucas of drug rap.
Thank you. And Fonte, when you listen to Little Brother, when I played it at the end, they're not drug rap. They don't do that stuff. They're intellectual rap. And so he and Fonte and the whole group, they were pretty vocal about how, that type of rap, drug rap, was shitty. And Slick Pulla took offense to that and called out Fonte and called him out so much that he asked him for a battle. He's like, "Yo, I'll battle you. We'll do a freestyle battle right now." And Fonte did not accept.
No,
Fonte didn't want that smoke for whatever reason. From what I read, Fonte didn't respond, but in the background, quietly said "my B" is how I read it. He never publicly said yes or no to him, but in the background was like, "Don't want that smoke."
He didn't want the smoke.
Yeah. Which I think was probably the right decision from him, because I don't know Slick Pulla, but something tells me Slick Pulla was gonna come with that heat.
I don't know though, because I don't remember him being good enough to where you would go at Fonte. I'm wondering if Fonte wasn't a great freestyler, or something like that, or if it was more like a technical thing like that.
I don't know,
because Slick Pulla didn't get big,
no,
so therefore he wasn't that good. Which means that he probably wasn't a freestyle genius who just couldn't put it together musically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that Fonte might have had a decent shot.
Okay. Team Slick Pulla over here.
But he
didn't want
the heat.
Yeah.
He didn't want the heat.
But while recording their third album, that's when that hiatus that we talked about at the beginning comes in. Disagreements between Ninth Wonder and other band members started to grow. For the obvious reason, Ninth was big. He was
getting,
especially at that point. If you were, Common or any of these other Kanye was already on the scene, so there was a lot of that that more people were coming around to that style of production, which I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Of his type of instrumentals and stuff, and he was pretty sought after. So Disagreements started growing after, and they released the third album, and then after that third album, basically, they all were they were in a really bad deal with their record label. They didn't own any of their masters, none of their shit, and they had these disagreements going on within, so they all basically were like, we're going to go our separate ways, and we're all going to do our own thing, and we're going to have 100% ownership of all of our own things. So peace the fuck out. And they all three of them were like, good. That it was like that. So Fonte, as you know, and we went on to collaborate with Netherlands artist Nicolay, a producer from the Netherlands, and they created the band, I guess you could call it, the rap group, the Foreign Exchange, which happened about from forums on the internet. Fonte found beats that Nicolay was living in the Netherlands. Fonte was here on the East Coast in North
Dutch
Carolina.
master.
Yep, the Dutch Master. Yeah, it was and he saw these beats from Nicolay, and he loved them so much. Nicolay has a very Ninth Wonder type of style of beat production as well.
I was about to say, yeah, you want some just awesome hip-hop instrumentals, go find the Dutch Master volumes from Nicolay. That shit was like...
There was a time
totally takes me right back to college.
There was a time where, like, for you and I, that whole Foreign Shane, Fonte, Nicolay, the Dutch Masters was all we played for, like, however long straight. So yeah, the Foreign Connection, and they were not big, but known. The Foreign Connection was.
Yeah, I think they
weren't little. There wasn't some small little collab.
But it was still for hip hop heads.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You had to do a little digging.
And at this point, Ninth Wonder was making beats for everybody. He was working with tons of artists and stuff. So it was really sought after, and the group that everyone was like wanting to know, are they ever gonna get back together? So they officially in 2010 basically were like, yo, we're not getting back together. Like, it's definitely not gonna happen. Like, there's multiple interviews where Ninth and Big Pooh, the Big Pooh especially, was out there like, fuck no. And then right after that, Phife Dawg died, because I don't know if you know, Phife Dawg and Q-Tip, when Phife Dawg died, they weren't on.
They
good
were not
terms.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was a big deal. Like, he really, fucked Q-Tip up when that happened. He's come out publicly and was like, I wish we would have gotten back together, before he died.
Yeah.
Because I think they had no idea that he was sick until it was right at the end when he died. So that obviously made Little Brother come back together. They were just like, yo, we don't want to be like Tribe, our big brothers. And be fighting, and then
they really
something
are
happens.
The Little Brothers.
Yeah, exactly. And then something happens, and we don't ever get together, or at least we're just not on good terms. So they all called each other, they all worked all out, and they all made up, and they got back together, and they in 2018 they got back together, and in 2019 they put out an album. It's just alright, because at that point hip hop was in a very different place. 4 or 5 years ago at that point. Yeah. So, it didn't, have any commercial success. But they are back together. Everything's good. They all kind of still do their own little things. Like Fonte is on the Questlove podcast. Mm-hmm. The QLS Questlove Supreme podcast. It's a great podcast if you guys are especially hip hop heads. They do a lot of really cool interviews. I think they just had Albie Sure on last week. I listen to that podcast all the time. But Fonte's on there. He's one of him and Quest are always on there with Black Thought, and that's a good one. And I don't really know what Big Pooh does, to be quite honest. He doesn't really do too much. But Ninth's still the man. Ninth Wonder is still making beats for everybody, still doing his thing. So that is your peacocking music this week, nice. Little Brother, and I'm gonna play you guys a little snippet, little throwback for you.
Hit me, take me back.
Yeah,
you dug into a cavity that I can't say that I've.
Some grown man shit right here. Take it slow. Trying to man up, see what's really good with you. Gentleman's approach, not bringing hood to you. Same things that you hear every day, like, hey ma, hey boo, baby, what's your name? Please pull up a seat, I'm so glad you came. My mother called me Thomas, you can do the same. Damn, it's so refreshing when you calling out my name. Been poo for so long, it doesn't sound the same. My occupation rapping, I make a little change. I see you not impressed.
So fire.
That album's so fire.
And that specific jam, that Ninth Wonder beat was just so also reminiscent of Jay Dilla.
Oh my god, yeah.
That's all I hear behind that.
Yeah, well that's what there is no Ninth Wonder without Jay Dilla. Yeah. There's tons of those people that they have him to thank.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So before we get out here, actually we're going to do a little mukbang cuz I want to talk about these Girl Scout cookies this year.
What do you got?
Have you gotten any yet? Have you gotten your boxes?
I only got the hey, you can come with me tag-alongs. That's it. I am. We had a plug at work. Stopped by. I peeled 2 5-skis off and said, "Bring Daddy a couple boxes." What do we got here?
Got some tag-alongs.
Okay.
But I thought we'd eat while discussing, because I want to just say this. I think they bumped up the recipe this year.
What do you think?
They're hitting differently this year. These girls have
Shrinkflation though? Are they smaller?
No, well, we I think last year, the year before, we officially were like shrinkflation. They're smaller, but the recipe's different this year. I think
You think they're using like all natural peanut butter?
something, because they're like, it's more rich, it's more bold, like the flavor's exploding in my mouth. I had a box of Samoas today, it about blew up my load in my pants.
Really?
I think they changed. I think they bumped up the recipe this year. Put a little of that like Kerrygold butter in there. You know,
Now, I'm a big tag-along guy. I'm not a big really rest of the Girl Scout cookies.
I only do purple and red box. That's the only thing I do. I used to love this. They discontinued one I used to love. That was good. But I'm only purple and red box. The Thin Mints of the Girl Scout cookie world is child's play. Thin Mints are child's play. When people talk about Thin Mints in that green box, I look at you like you have the taste buds of a 5-year-old.
I'm so glad after many, many years of disagreements on many, many topics that we can unite on this front, because it is one of the biggest. It's a stern talking to every year when my wife or I, mostly her, unknowingly buys some Girl Scout cookies without consulting the other. And
That's egregious.
She loves Thin Mints, and I hate them.
They're not good. I'm
a tag-along guy. They're to her.
They're so far more superior in every way. They're bigger, and that's crazy. You can even say that.
And they can come with you.
They get tag along, dude. I'm telling you, they're hitting different this year.
I mean, you don't have to tell me. I bought 2 boxes and absolutely deleted them.
Oh, I love talking about food in that manner, as if it's like a Word document.
Oh, I was just my finger was on the backspace button, just taking paragraphs off of my college paper.
We will see you guys next week.
See ya.